The most shocking moments from Netflix's American Murder, Gabby Petito. In 2021, Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie packed their 2012 white Ford Transit Connect van for a cross-country road trip. She posed photos of them with their arms wrapped around each other in the Narrows in Zion National Park and kissing at Utah's Mystic Hot Springs. But Laundrie shockingly returned to his parents' Florida home alone on Sept. 1. Authorities discovered Petito's body near Grand Teton National Park on September 19 and a coroner ruled her death a homicide. Netflix's new docuseries, American Murder, Gabby Petito, now streaming, attempts to answer the question that often follows a tragedy: what went wrong? Laundrie died by suicide, and the story of what happened died with him. Over 3 episodes, viewers see path Petito's life took. She's lovingly cuddled by her mom, Nicole Schmidt, in a hospital bed after being born on March 19, 1999. Schmidt also remembers the last time she saw her 22-year-old daughter, before Petito's road trip. She hugged me so tightly, and it was just the best hug ever that you could get from your kid, Schmidt says in the docuseries. And I remember saying to Brian, you take care of her. Keep her safe. And he looked at me, and he smiled, and he said, I will. But Laundrie had a very dark side to him, a friend of Petito's reveals in American Murder, evident in text messages detailed in the series. Here are the most shocking moments from the docuseries. Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie's text messages. Don't try to control me. Petito and Laundrie began dating early in 2019, were engaged in July 2020. Throughout their relationship, Laundrie attempted to control Petito, her friend Rose Davis says. She remembers an evening when Laundrie snatched Petito's ID so she couldn't go out with Davis. He berated Petito for working at Taco Bell and called her disgusting, later explaining his objection stemmed from, worry you'll leave. It's just that I couldn't have my life without you. Davis says Petito would blame herself for Laundrie being upset, thinking, I don't deserve him. I'm hurting his feelings. I'm a bad person, and he wanted her to feel that way. In a text shown, Petito pleaded to Laundrie, don't try to control me because it only makes me mad. I love you so much, but it's the way you speak to me that hurts me most. A 911 call reporting a domestic dispute. On August 12, a person called 911 to report a domestic disturbance after seeing a man in a white van slapping a woman. But when police investigated, they determined Petito was the aggressor. Laundrie told cops he'd pushed Petito away in self-defense and that her phone scratched his face. They too had a nice morning, he said, while Petito said they'd spent the morning arguing and that Laundrie wouldn't let her into their van. Petito said that she hit him first and officers decided to separate the couple for the evening and took Laundrie to a hotel. But the two got together that night, against law enforcement's wishes, and continued on their trip. Gabby Petito's ex sheds light on a potential motive. Petito's former boyfriend, identified only as Jackson, says he and Petito chatted on August 22, following a fight with Laundrie. Jackson viewed the call as a cry for help. Jackson says Petito said, I have a plan. I think I want to leave him. I'm going to do it. I have to figure out when to do it. From the sound of her voice, and the way she was saying it, he says, I think that she wasn't sure of what he would do or what he could do. What happened to Gabby Petito? On August 27, 2021, Petito and Laundrie visited a Whole Foods in Jackson, Wyoming. Security footage shows Laundrie slamming the door before entering the store. According to the docuseries, this is the last known footage of Petito. Authorities believe Petito did some work on her computer around 8:30 that evening, but the next day, there is no evidence of Petito being alive. Laundrie had a phone call with his mom that lasted about 55 minutes. Laundrie's father reached out to a lawyer. On August 30, Laundrie left Wyoming for Florida, using Petito's debit card to fuel their van. There was also an electronic payment made from Petito to Laundrie for $700, with a message reading, Goodbye Brian, I'll never ask you for anything again. Petito's was found on Sept. 19. Her cause of death was determined to be strangulation. Brian Laundrie wrote in notebook that he killed fiancée Gabby Petito, FBI says. In a letter, Brian Laundrie's mom vowed to help him dispose of a body. Filmmakers include a note from Laundrie's mother, Roberta Laundrie, which she directed him to burn after reading. If you're in jail, I will bake a cake with a file in it, she wrote her son in the undated letter. If you need to dispose of a body, I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags. Roberta has denied that her words pertain to Petito's death. Petito's parents said they reached out to Laundrie's parents and sister, but their messages went unanswered. When officers visited the Laundrie's residence on September 11, body camera footage shows Laundrie's dad told the officer that Laundrie was home but referred the cop to an attorney for further questioning. While Christopher and Roberta Laundrie have not faced criminal charges, they settled a civil suit with Petito's parents in 2024, which accused the Laundries of withholding knowledge of Petito's death. Jackson says he and Petito continued to exchange messages every day until August 27, when he says he missed a call from her while he was at work. That was the last time he heard from her. It was the communication with Jackson that was the most, I think, interesting aspect of it, Nason said. There was obviously something that was going on there. The fact that she felt that she had to reach out to somebody that she trusted to share something and to reach out in a place of desperation and fear. And she reached out to this person to touch base and be like, I'm not okay. Nason and Gasparo told Yahoo News that they reached out to all members of the Laundrie family to participate in the documentary, but they declined. The series also features body camera footage of an entire conversation between Florida police and Laundrie's parents after the van was discovered at their house following Petito's disappearance, some clips of which were made public in late 2024. Text messages obtained from Petito's phone, showing conversations between her and Laundrie, her parents, her friend Rose Davis and her ex-boyfriend, Jackson, offer new insight into Petito's relationship and her mindset in the days leading up to her death. The directors also used photos and videos taken by Petito on the trip, as well as drawings and journal entries that helped to paint a fuller picture of the dynamic between Petito and Laundrie, which often conflicted with the harmonious relationship Petito presented on her social media feeds. The directors also obtained permission from Petito's parents to use audio from existing videos to AI generate a voiceover of Petito, reading one of her journal entries out loud. We spoke to the family and said, listen, it's really important for us to tell these kinds of stories, and we have an opportunity to tell it through Gabby and let her voice the story, which is unique, Gasparo said. We told them we were thinking about doing AI, and we got the go-ahead. So you're hearing, a lot of that stuff is her written journals that we brought to life, basically. Gasparo said that because Petito was an aspiring influencer who had already put so much of herself out there for the public before her death, it seemed to make sense to use her own voice to connect with viewers. Ultimately, the docuseries offers few new revelations about Petito's murder, the details of which were heavily documented at the time. Rather, the directors say that their goal was to offer a more realistic look at the apparently toxic relationship that was unfolding between Laundrie and Petito behind the scenes of her picture-perfect Instagram feed and to raise awareness for others who might be in similar relationships. It's a very powerful, toxic drug essentially when you're in a relationship where you're isolated and certain terms and pathologies get thrown out there, Nason said. We really hope people can be in her shoes and not feel so alone.